Namaste, everyone, and welcome to the Friday in the United States, evening Anchor Light meditation. And you probably saw we kind of teased you a little bit. So tonight when we do prosperity healing, we're going to focus on the question that a lot of people ask. They have affirmations, money's got nothing to do with happiness. It's separate and so on and so on. But oftentimes people on the spiritual path, that's one of the biggest obstacles in their life is they cannot differentiate, what is being happy, what is being prosperous, how not to be too materialistic. So what we'll try to do tonight in prosperity healing, we'll hit it on two areas. One is on the understanding part, to understand what is the nature of prosperity and abundance and how it is related to your life and your spiritual practice, and to disintegrate a lot of the old thoughts and emotions that either we generated or growing up, that's all we heard. So we start to believe it and it starts to become a limiting belief. So before we start, let's ask for a blessing, shall we? To the Divine Supreme God, Divine Father, Mother, to all the spiritual elders, holy masters, to all the saints of all traditions, archangels, holy angels, and spiritual helpers. Personally, to my teacher, Master Tuak Kok Sui, Mahagu Jumailing, we thank you for divine light, divine love. Thank you for wisdom, guidance, help, healing, and protection. To the angels of prosperity, thank you for abundance and prosperity and the wisdom to use our resources properly. We thank you in full faith, and so it is. All right, so this morning we did emotional healing, and I hope that you're able to practice it. You can go back. We did a lot of deep emotional scraping of old beliefs, old feelings of anger, resentment that's lodged into the chakras. So go through it. The video is there. Just go through it step by step. Now tonight, we've been having people talk about prosperity, abundance, wealth, success. And, at the start of the year, we went through that exercise of how to purge a lot of these thoughts and emotions. But some people, the reason they can't move forward is not because they don't want to be successful or be prosperous, but there are old thought forms that are still lodged inside the chakras. And there's many of them. One of them is, that's why I use it as a title, can money buy happiness? And most people say, no, it can't, it's separate. And some people say, if you're prosperous, you can be happy. That's actually the wrong question. The question is not whether money can buy happiness or not. That's actually not the question. The question is that a certain belief that you have in you that works in the background that affects your judgment? That's the important part. So again, let's do this. I know a lot of you are new. Every time we do this, we have several thousand people joining us. So I cannot make any certain assumptions that you know how to do this. So if you don't mind, let's do this again. Rub your hands together. Okay, stretch it out. Move your hand like this. This is to increase blood flow to allow you to feel energy more. Okay, shake it. Press the center of your palms. Okay, open your hand like this. Be aware of your palms. Inhale and exhale. Again, be aware of your palms. Inhale and exhale. All right. If you're sensitive, you might feel something already. Now put your hand like this. Just move it closer and further apart without touching. This is just have your hands be a little more sensitive to sensing this life force, this energy. All right. Now, shake it. All right. So open your palms. Again, in Instagram, I have to go like this because the screen is small, but the rest of you can see me if I go wide. So my hands are wide. Okay? There you go. All right. Feel it? It should feel about the same. Now look at one hand. Doesn't matter which hand. Look at one hand. All right? Imagine a red apple sitting on your hand. Just an apple sitting there. Just look at your hand. Just imagine there's a red apple in your palm. Okay, good enough. Ready? Compare. Anybody notice the hand that you said visualize apple? A little more sensation. All right, we're not done yet. Keep your hands where they are. The hand that you visualize an apple, verbally say the word apple to your palm 5 times. Go. Apple, 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 apple. Okay, compare. I don't know, you guys too. Is this for real? Energy follows where you put your attention to. But more importantly, this is what happened. Ready? Okay, I think most of you noticed that you don't feel as much with the hand that you did not visualize or say apple to, but the hand that you visualize and said apple to, there's more sensation. So this hand that you did not feel apple, or see or visualize or say apple, okay, this hand, right? This is where you visualize and said apple to. I want you to go like this. See if you feel a something before you touch it. Compared to your forearm. How many can almost feel like a something is there? A sensation. Okay, watch. Ready? Here's what I want you to do. Follow me. Say, disintegrate. Disintegrate, disintegrate, disintegrate. Compare. You feel the same. Now, the hand you did that to, check it now. Remember earlier, most of you should feel like a something there, right? Nothing there. So the question is, what happened? All right. What you did is essentially create a thought form. All right? So anytime you feel something, you think something, whether consciously, subconsciously, your aura, your chakras, is basically drawing energy, either from itself or outside, creating a certain form based on what you're thinking and what you're feeling. All right? Listen carefully. So let's say you went through life and you had a negative experience with money. Somebody swindled you, or you know someone who's very rich and they use money incorrectly and they hurt you, whatever it is. And you start thinking, oh yeah, money is this. These people are bad people and they're rich. You know, there's a correlation. So right there and then you created a thought form that links money to being a bad person. Right? Hear me out. Right now, if I ask you, no, that's something I believed in a long time ago. I really don't believe it. Not really. Watch. Remember that apple thing I'd had you do? The thought form you created at that time is still sitting in your aura. So these are like clouds of thoughts and emotions, either in the energy field or they're deep in the chakras. Now, since it's directly related to the money, and at that time you believe it so strongly, even though you just say, oh, I don't believe it. I believe that 10 years ago. I don't believe it anymore. That seed of that thought form, it's still alive in your basic chakra. Now you go, well, I don't think so. I think you're wrong. Don't bother me. Now watch this. Has it ever happened to you? You're embarking on a new project, right? Let's say you have a new project, a startup company, whatever it is. And people start telling you, yeah, you know, you're going to get this promotion, and if you do this, you sell this much product, or you help the company, you'll make this much money, and after that, the sky's the limit. And from there, could you imagine you could quadruple your income? Okay, I'll just use that as an example. So far, you're going, yeah. At some point, for some reason, there's a break point. When they say something that kind of makes you feel like, oh, uncomfortable. Like, well, sky's the limit. I mean, you can visualize more. So if I'm making $10,000 a year, now suddenly I'm going to be making $1 million a year. Why not? But somehow, when they were doing that with you, yeah, when you make this much, you work this much, your business takes off, you're going to, or something in that matter, you're really enthusiastic, and suddenly you kind of feel there's something in you, go, like kind of, wait, it's not really that conversation, but it's a feeling, go, I don't know. Suddenly, a memory of many years ago, oh yeah, there's this bad person, he's also a millionaire, and then he did this and he did that. What if I become that kind of person? I'm really happy right now. What if suddenly money makes me an unhappy person? I know you should go, that's dumb. But if you're really honest with yourself, many of us have gone through that. It's illogical. Doesn't make any sense. It just kind of comes out of nowhere. Right? This is why. Because that thought form is still in your aura and your chakras. Okay? For you to deny it, guess what happens? You push it deeper. Then as you push it deeper, as your chakras expand, because you're going through life, and I'm talking about money here, working on new opportunities, you want to grow your company, you want to increase your income, whatever it is, anything to do with material things, your basic chakra will be forced to expand. As your basic chakra expands, more energy goes in. That little seed that you shove really deep, two things happen. Number one, energy goes in, it wakes it up, and since there's more energy coming in now, it grows even faster. And before you know it, are you working on your project? Things are doing well. and you start having self-doubt. You won't tell anyone. You say, yeah, you're still doing the rah-rah thing with everybody else. But part of you is like, who are you kidding? Remember those years? Then you suddenly start having self-sabotaging thoughts. You won't admit to anyone. You start having self-doubt. I don't know. Maybe when I get that contract, or when I sign that deal, and I'm not making this much, maybe I won't be happy anymore. Because I know people who are this, and just really stupid stuff. No logic sense. It just pops out of nowhere, right? And you go to a therapist, you talk to someone, you talk to them. He goes, yeah, it doesn't make sense. I want to be happy and all that, but these things just pop out of nowhere. So what do? They dig. Well, do you remember any time in the past that, and you come up with nothing? Because for you, it's a thought form. It's just a thought that was so strong, you don't believe it because it doesn't make sense. But the lingering thought form is still sitting in your chakras. Make sense? Now, there's two ways for that to go out, to come out. Two ways. One way is through pain. You go, oh, really? Yep. You get to a point, you have enough projects that you're growing, and then right before you get to the finish line, right before you sign that $1 billion contract, something stupid comes into your mind and you sabotage the whole thing. And you feel so bad and you're so upset. That's once. And then twice. At some point you have a realization, enough. What is it in me that keeps blocking this success from happening? And with that much pain, you have leverage. You go, enough, I'm not going to do it. I'm going to be very focused, whatever. So by brute force, because of the pain, you change. That's one way. Believe it or not, that's how most people do it. However, I like the easier way. The easier way is like this. Listen carefully. Remember when I had you visualize the apple and said apple, you created that thought form? Well, it's a thought form made of energy or prana. And we know where those thought forms are located. It's in your aura and your chakras. So instead of waiting for it to come out with a vengeance and ruin your life, what if we go in with a shovel and then... So you bypass the pain part to get to the no more self-sabotaging part. You heard the saying, correlation does not always equal causation. Let's do it again. Correlation does not always mean causation. In other words, just because something is connected does not mean it caused it. True? Most of us know that, right? However, here's the problem. If many years ago something happened, you read a book, you watch a movie, you are a bad person who is rich and they meet you, whatever. Those thought forms might not be the cause of your problems now, but it's related. In other words, the reason it's related because that thought form is connected to anything you do having to do with money and prosperity. It does not have to cause it to go bad, but the fact that it's connected to prosperity, every time you're doing something about abundance and prosperity, this dude wakes up and says, are you sure about that? Remember that movie? Remember that ending? It was so good and it went terrible because blah, blah. All these stupid things happening in our head. Sounds familiar? Those are thought forms. I'm sharing this with you because many are suffering without this knowledge. And I remember my teacher used to tell me, he says, it's very, very important that the students are prosperous. I was looking at him and go, huh? He wants me to spread pranic healing or hatha yoga, spiritual teachings, and I don't know where he throws it in there. It's very important that students are prosperous. I'm going, yes, master? And then he said, because if they're not prosperous, how are they going to manifest their destiny? If they're having difficulty in their life, how are they going to practice? How are they going to meditate? I thought about, man, is he a practical guy or what? Yeah, a lot of them want to help other people. They can't even help themselves. So if they're not prosperous, they can't even help themselves. How are they going to do service? I was listening to him and go, that makes sense. And yet, when you read about spirituality, oftentimes in general, the general feeling, again, here's another one, and I'll connect it. Don't worry, we'll practice. That's why we want the understanding part and the practice part, okay? The understanding part is, if you go through most religions, fundamentally, it's always, money, you cannot serve two masters. You cannot serve God and money. Remember that? That's in the Bible. Or it also says something like, different religions says, materialism will take your eye away from God. Or something to that effect, right? So what happens? You hear this enough, and you also hear stories, growing up in many spiritual stories. Yeah, the poor man went to heaven. The rich guy is barbecuing in hell. So you go, yeah, but those are stories. Listen carefully. Those stories that you listen to create the thought forms. Or you have family members. I don't know if you want to hear this, but anyway, I'll say it anyway. A lot of us grew up with family members. If you did not grow up in a prosperous family, money was difficult, there's a tendency to be what? Like this with money, right? Take what you can get while you can. Or if they grew up in a very difficult situation, there's always like, all right, you never know when the next paycheck will come. So, I'm through that already. That's not in my system. I'm here to grow and expand. I always look at the glass being half full instead of half empty. Great. The question is, are those lingering thought forms from your parents, from adults, or from life in the past affecting you still? Only you can answer that question. So if these thought forms in your aura are not removed, guess what? You find yourself moving forward. Yeah, I want to do this. I want to do this. And then nobody's doing anything. You start noticing your project not succeeding. And you push again, move backward. It's like, what the heck is this? And then here's what happens. I know you don't want to hear this, but I want to tell you anyway. Because if I don't tell you, I'm not doing my job. Guess what is the number one cause of your problems? Why things are going so well and it falls off the last minute. This is the number one reason people will tell you, not necessarily what's really happening, but this is the number one thing people will tell you and you also believe. You know what it is? I'm being psychically attacked. I think if I have $1 for every person that tells me that, I didn't work with somebody psychic, I'd be, cajillionaire. It's always the number one stupid excuse. Oh, I'm being successful, so people are jealous, and this, that's why, they're sending all this negative stuff, that's why I'm not succeeding. Are you serious? What happens to all those super rich, successful people who don't even believe in what we do and they think we're a little crazy, don't even believe about psychic attack, they just work their ass off, focus on what they want, and keep going. How did they succeed? Exactly. In fact, you should be more successful than them. You have the energy technique. Right? But it's always easier. Well, somebody's jealous, so they're attacking my project. Oh, they're doing this, they're doing that. It's possible. But based on my experience, this is my 30th, I lost count, 34 years I'm in pranic healing. That accounts to maybe 2%. Okay, 1.5. 1.75? Most of it are based on two things. Our own thought forms and karma. All right? So, whenever something like that happens, I'm going to ask you to do something which is not normal for most people. But since you're more advanced, instead of saying, yeah, I didn't work out because somebody's attacking you, stop yourself and go, wait. Is it really somebody's attacking it? Or is it because I'm not doing my due diligence? I'm not working hard enough. Maybe I have old thought forms that's blocking this. Stop blaming other people. First, look within to see if we're doing our best. Okay? I hope that helps. I know this is painful for a lot of you because that has been your standard operating procedure for the last who knows how long. Every time something doesn't work, it's always somebody else's fault. Somebody's psychically attacking it. People got better things to do. By the way, if you cannot handle this straight talk, sorry, find another teacher. Because the way my teacher taught me is straight to the point. That's how you grow. If your teacher dilly-dallies and sugarcoats it, make it so loving and gentle so that your feelings are not hurt, but not telling you the entire truth, well, it's a sure way to slow down your spiritual progress. So, I know some of you, I've heard some comments, people say, yeah, you're too direct, you could be a little more gentle, it's too painful. I go, suck it up. It's called life. Suck it up. Be stronger. I don't like babysitting. My teacher never babysat me, and I look back, if he babysat me and said, it's all right, it's okay, I would not have grown. So I like that technique better than, it's okay to fail. No, it's not okay to fail. You failed, but that should not be the end of the story. You failed, no problem, get your ass out of the floor, keep going forward. That's the way to do it. Look at the people who are successful. Are you telling me that none of them messed up? Most of them did. And what happened? They kept going. They didn't say, well, maybe it's not my karma. Maybe because some people are against me, because all this energy, blah, 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 whatever. It's a stupid excuse. Instead of saying that, they go, I'll make it better. I can do this. Now, in your case, you have an extra technique, which we're going to do now. We're going to go through the disintegration process. And the one I picked called Money Can't Buy Me Happiness. More money means more problems. Okay? There's a lot of people, that's what go through their head. That thought form is a very strong one. Even if you don't consciously believe it, it sits in the aura. Especially if you know someone who is prosperous and their life is not that great. Or somebody has hurt you. Regardless, doesn't matter. We're going to do it anyway and extract it and get rid of it. Okay? So I hope that intro is not too long. I just want to give you context. Otherwise, we do the technique, but you don't realize why you're doing it. You go into the motions, it will work, but it will not stop you from recreating it again. So here's the pattern. We're going to do this disintegration process, and then we're going to replace it. We're disintegrating those thought forms, and then we'll replace it with something positive through visualization, affirmations, and then we're going to basically install it into the chakras. All right, you guys ready? So I hope you have a saltwater bucket next to you. If you're not, visualize a violet fire. All right, this is actually the screen technique we use in the Prosperity Zen. For some of you who have no idea what I'm talking about, just go to mastercode.org. It's an online program we have directly dealing with prosperity. I'll just put it up here for you. For some of you who don't know, there's a free 2-hour workshop that you can use just based on this program we're doing now. Okay? Just go to mastercode.org. All right, let's do this. Put your hand like this. Imagine, put your hand, just draw a screen, like a whiteboard screen or a movie screen. Draw it in front of you like this. Move your hand. Just make a screen. On Instagram, it's kind of small. Just do your hand. Just expand like this, like that. Put it on the wall. Imagine there's a wall in front of you. Put it on the wall. So this white screen is basically where you dump everything. Okay? Now, here's what you're going to do. The screen is there. Close your eyes. I want you to recall, again, be completely honest with yourself, huh? Any type of feeling or thought or memory that is even remotely related to money does not bring happiness, or money brings problems, or money has been used in a bad way by some people, so part of you is afraid to have more money, to be more successful. Put that all on the screen, like a movie, like a picture, a feeling, doesn't matter. Just dump it on the screen. Listen carefully. This is very, very important. I know some of you say, oh, I don't want to visualize the negative stuff. Here's the important part. You have to learn how to observe. because by putting it on the screen and observing it, it is losing its grip on you. So put it on the screen. It could be an ugly movie, something terrible that happens, just put it on the screen, just watch it. Just like you're watching a movie, watching someone's life. Keep going. I know some of you go, oh, this is terrible. Just put it on the screen. Okay, good enough. Ready? Put your hand like this. Covered in dark blue paint. Just cover it dark blue paint. Cover in dark blue paint. All right, say cut. Now put your hand like this. Reach out, grab that screen from the wall with force, not gently. Grab it off the wall, tear it off the wall, crumple it. Say, these are not the I. These thoughts, these emotions are not me. I created them before, but they're not me. They have no power over me now. So be it. Cut, disconnect, look for a violet fire or saltwater bucket. Say, disintegrate, disintegrate, disintegrate. All right. Let's do it again. Visualize your white screen on the wall. It could be as big as you like. If you have a lot of crap to get rid of, make it a big screen. Just put it on the screen, whatever it is. Yeah, I remember, growing up in 5th grade, I have this friend or this classmate, his family's very rich, but, they're rich because they do drugs. And since then, I don't want to be rich because of whatever. It could be something like that. Dump it on the screen. Go. Or, maybe you one time you got tempted to use money in a bad way to hurt people, whatever it is. Anything like that, dump it on the screen. Your job is not to filter. Your job is to just dump it. Keep going. Yeah, but it's painful, it happened how many years ago? That's exactly the point. If it's painful, why let it sit inside you and grow? Get rid of it. Put it on the screen and watch it. Like watch it somebody's life. Good. Ready? Go. Cover it dark blue paint. Just paint like a bucket of paint. Throw it on there. Move your hand. Okay, ready? Say cut, disconnect. Now go. Grab it off the wall. Yank it. Crumple it on the screen. You're Superman. You can crumple the entire screen, even if it's taken while you do it. These are not the I. These thoughts, emotions are not me. Cut. Throw in the salt water. Say disconnect, disintegrate, disintegrate, disintegrate. Cut. Wash your hands. One more time. Visualize your screen. Whatever's left, dump it on the screen. Some people go, I don't even remember it. Doesn't matter. Force yourself. Because as they say, tip of the iceberg, oftentimes these thoughts and emotions have a deeper root. As you keep doing this, what happens? It comes to the surface of the chakras, wherever they are. So sometimes you go, yeah, I don't think I remember anything in more detail. It's just something that kind of happened how many years ago. Good. Just form an intention. Whatever that's something that's left, dump it on your screen. Go. Dig deeper. Was there a movie that you watch that every time you see it, instead of every time you think about it, it reminds you, money will just impede my spiritual path, whatever. Any of those things, dump it on the screen. Okay, you guys, don't just sit there. Practice. It's not going to take care of itself, okay? Keep going. Get rid of it. Just watch it, watch it. Cover in dark blue paint. Yank it off the wall. Like the Hulk. Smash it. So these are not the I. These thoughts, emotions are not me. Cut. Throw in the salt water or a violet fire. Say disintegrate, disintegrate, completely disintegrate, cut, disconnect. Wash your hands. That's 3 times. We're going to do it 7 times. Anyway, the ones who've joined us for Prosperity Zen, we do everything the power of 7. Not because it's Las Vegas 7 lucky number. There's a deeper reason. There's a certain frequency. That's the reason also when you guys do your exercises, remember a lot of yoga exercises are multiples of 7. All right, that's 3 times. Let's keep going. White screen, white movie screen. If something's still there, put it on the screen. If you can't remember anything, pick something else. What else can you think of? Having money corrupts me. Put it on the screen. Anything related to prosperity and abundance that you have heard, that is in your mind, put it on the screen. Cover in dark blue paint. Come on, move your hand. Okay, grab it forcefully. Crumple it. These are not the I. These thoughts, these emotions are not me. Cut, disintegrate. Throw in salt water. Disintegrate, 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 cut. Okay. I think that's, I lost count. I think that's 5. Keep going. Okay, I know a lot of you are doing this with me live. Could you remind me, is this 5? I think that's 5 times, right? This is the 5th time. Okay, ready? Whatever else is in there, dump it on the screen. Even if it's a feeling, something, yeah, I just recall when I was in 3rd grade, this person stole my money, my lunch money. Okay. And they use that to buy drugs, whatever. Okay. Whatever feeling, put it on the screen. Any doubts about money and prosperity, put it on the screen. Thank you. Yeah, somebody told me this is the 5th time. Good. All right, ready? Cover in dark blue paint. Cut. Grab the screen. Crumple it. These are not me. These are not the I. I create these thoughts and emotions, but they have power over me no more. Not ever. Cut. Disintegrate, 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 cut. That's 5. All right. 2 more times. Some of you go, man, this feels like diarrhea. That's what it is. You've been so constipated with those thoughts. Time to get rid of it. Okay, come on. Draw that screen. I have to kind of. All right, ready? Whatever's left, anything to do with your relationship with money that's not good, put it on the screen. Keep going. Even if it's just a feeling. Yeah, I deserve that raise. I worked so hard for it. Well, maybe money's not important anyway. Well, whatever. Ever happened to you? There's a thought form. Dump it on the screen. Go. Don't give it to me. Huh? Put it on the screen in front of you, not to me. Cover in dark blue paint. Move your hands. Come on, move your hands. Okay, go. Grab it off the wall. Yank it. Hold smash. These are not the I. These are not me. These thoughts, emotions have no power over me anymore, ever. Cut. Disintegrate, disintegrate, disintegrate. Cut. All right, one last time. 7th time. Ready? Whatever's left. Some of you go, I don't remember anything. It feels blank. Good. Anything. Even if it's just a little bit of, kind of whatever. Put whatever kind of, dump it on the screen. Cover in dark blue paint. Cut. Grab it. Yank it off the wall. Crumple it. These are not the I. These are not me. These thoughts, emotions might have been created by me, or whatever else, doesn't matter. Have no power over me ever. Nevermore. Cut. Disintegrate, disintegrate, disintegrate. Cut. All right. That's 7 times. We're not done yet. This is only half of the technique. Observe. I want you to be completely honest with yourself. Observe your thoughts about money, about prosperity, about your future. How does it feel now? Some of you go, feels neutral. That's good. Any of you feel a little more hopeful? Like, oh yeah, I can see that happening. See, before, let me add to this before we do technique. Oftentimes when a person says, I don't see how this could work. What it is, there's right there and then when you think about it, the thought comes right in front of you. But as you disintegrate it, you go, I can entertain that idea. Get my point? It's all about energy. Some of you feel more positive. You know why you feel more positive? Because there's nothing in front of you. That's why. Because otherwise you think about it and right there that thought from it says, no, you can't do it. You think about it, yeah, why not? Let's do it. Make sense? Now here's a bonus effect of that. Listen carefully. The bonus effect of doing the technique I just stuff is coming out. Yeah. Okay. The bonus of doing what we just did earlier, listen carefully. Even some of these limiting thoughts and beliefs came from someone else. The fact that it's inside your system, you can get rid of it the same way. You realize that? You don't have to sit there, who is this from? Who cares? I don't want it. You see, the key is to really believe everything is energy. Because a lot of you say it. Oh yeah, everything is energy. If you really believe it, this thing works like magic. Because you understand, even the most joyful experience you ever had, those emotions are made of energy. The most intense pain you ever experienced, it's energy. Just different frequencies. You realize that? So when people tell me, yeah, everything is energy, I look at their life, they're not acting that way. For them, you say, it's energy, but there's no deep knowing that it is. So the more you do this over and over again, you can do it with anything. You first do a purging. That's why in the Prosperity Zen, we do a purge. That's what we did. After the purge is the imprint. Okay? Purge is clean. Imprint is like program. So that's what we're going to do now. Normally you do it 7 times, but for the sake of time, we can't do it. So we'll do whatever we can. Okay, ready? Stop typing. Just relax. Close your eyes. Imagine a huge, huge golden screen in front of you in the sky. Not just in front of you, not in your wall, like in the sky. Like the sky so it can be as big as you want. The sun is shining on it. Beautiful screen. Now play a movie of the life you want. Being prosperous. Come on, you can do it. It's up in the sky. You're looking up at this beautiful screen in the sky. It's huge. Visualize yourself happy. Your relationship money is good. You have all the money that you need, you want, and you're using it properly. You're helping yourself. You're helping other people. Keep going. Give it as much color, sound, smell, touch. Allow yourself just like a little kid to daydream. Everything you want in it. Everything. Just take your time. Be happy about it. Keep looking at that beautiful screen in the sky. Just keep enjoying it. What can you do when you're that prosperous? What can you do when you have so much to share? Your time, your talents, your resources. All of that are treasures. It doesn't have to be just physical money. It could be money equivalents. Come on, you can do this. Just be like a kid. Just imagine whatever you want. It's like giving a Santa your wish list. Doesn't matter. No filtering. Just whatever you want, put it on that screen. Yeah, it'd be nice, I'm happy with my family, or I have this much resources. I can now open up a healing center. I can now open a spa. I can now help all these people in need, these family members that are going through a difficult time. I wish I could just do this for them. See yourself doing it. Keep going. Be happy about it. Smile. Make that thought form really, really powerful. Fill it with love. Keep going. It's more than 3-dimensional. You're seeing it, you're smelling it, you're touching it. It's moving, you're in it. Keep looking at it. Say, so be it. With God's blessing, so be it. Now, here's what I want you to do. Raise your hands. Imagine you're like, Fantastic Four, Mr. Fantastic. Your hands could stretch out into the sky. Okay, reach out up into the sky, grab that beautiful screen, pull it towards you like a big, ginormous golden carpet. Okay? Wrap it around your body. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hold it. Just keep your eyes closed. Keep your tongue on your palate. Just be still. Inhale. Absorb, assimilate those thought forms. Exhale. Inhale. Assimilate into every physical, emotional, mental, spiritual particle in you. Exhale. Inhale. Assimilate. Exhale. Inhale. Assimilate deeper. Exhale. Inhale. Assimilate deeper. Exhale. Make it part of you. Like a program that's installed that's going to work in the background on its own. Inhale. Absorb, assimilate. Exhale. In the 7th time. Inhale. Absorb, assimilate. Say, so be it. So be it. It is. Exhale. Now just be still. Keep your tongue on your palate. We'll add more energy. Just listen. Keep your tongue on your palate. And listen. And repeat silently. I'm grateful for the abundance and prosperity in my life. Money flows me easily, constantly, and abundantly. I am happy, healthy, and enjoying my prosperity. Money brings me joy and happiness. Money helps me bring lots of joy and happiness to others. Making money is fun. I love to help people with my resources and my prosperity. I give generously and receive generously. I give generously and receive graciously. It's fun to create new income streams to help myself and others. I'm worthy of love, abundance, success, happiness, and fulfillment. So it is. Now just be still. Absorb and assimilate. Spiritually, mentally, emotionally, directly. That's so it is. Just be still. Don't do anything. Just like you clean up your hard drive, you're installing, let it fully install. Say, so be it. Okay, give thanks to the Divine Supreme God, Divine Father, Mother. Thank you. All the spiritual elders, holy masters, saints, archangels, holy angels, spiritual helpers. To my teacher, Master Chokok Sui Mahagu Jamain, thank you. To the angels of prosperity, thank you. In full faith, so it is. All right, open your eyes. How do you feel? That was 28, 29 minutes. Now, if you want more of it, I know some of you were taking notes, some of you are not. All you got to do is go to mastercode.org. That Prosperity Zen 2-hour session, the free 2-hour workshop, all of this is in there. Okay? So just in case you didn't catch it, you were too spaced out, just go to it again. And then from there, if you want to do more, there's the program where we do 4 weeks or 9 weeks of it. And that part of it we did is actually, you do it 7 straight days. And the feedback we got is amazing. A lot of people say, number one, they feel free. They don't feel like being dragged back to their past. They feel more prosperous. There are people who got promoted. A bunch of people say, yeah, money came from unexpected places. Okay, let me explain this to you. Listen carefully. It's not like just because you did money suddenly comes to you. That's not how it works. What happened was that prosperity is already manifesting, coming towards you, but your old thought forms blocked it out. You know what I'm talking about? So the first part in the purging, as you disintegrate these thoughts and negative thoughts, negative emotions, negative programs in the past, you're opening yourself up to prosperity. So this prosperity that's supposed to be coming to you already suddenly came into your life because it's been trying to get into your life, but you've been blocking it. Do you realize that? So just go to mastercode.org, our website, Prosperity Zen, Z-E-N. You see it. It's a red and gold thing, very Chinese. No, I'm kidding. Clear? So anyway, whether you go to the entire program or not entirely, but at least you got something you can use now. The 2-hour workshop is something you can do over and over again. And here's the thing to remember. There's 2 parts of the equation. Part of it is dealing with your energy. That's what we did now, your thoughts, your emotions. The second part is karma. And that's why we always tell people, in addition to all the energy work you're doing, in addition to the hard work you're doing, you need to create good luck in your life. So ordinary people not in the spiritual path call it good luck. If you know about spiritual practice, you call it good karma. It's the same thing, just different word. So good karma is basically entitling yourself to be happy and prosperous. And that law, again, it's called the law of karma, not the opinion of karma. Because some people, I believe it. It doesn't matter whether you believe it or not. It's called the law. And what it is, I'll oversimplify it for you because I know we're already way over time. 2 things. Number 1, learn to be giving and generous. That's why one of the affirmations that we implanted in you, what they imprinted in you is, I give generously and receive graciously. 2 things. You give, you learn to receive. So let me finish it with this. Most of you fall into one of these 2 categories, okay? I'll do my best online to show it to you. Okay, I'll use my hand like this. Some people, they're like this. They don't want to take, they want to give, which is amazing and great, right? You're givers. You want to help people. Wonderful. Some of you, what's in it for me? I'm entitled to this. I'm entitled to be loved. I'm entitled to this. But you won't give anything anyway. It's like everything has to be part of me. It's like take. Not much giving, right? Some of you are somewhere in between, but most of it's either one or the other. If you're on the spiritual path, there's a tendency to be give. I don't want anything back. All right? There's your problem. Let's break it down. If a person gives, and they don't take, they don't receive, there's nothing more to give. Did I hit you yet? When you give and share, you generate good karma, whether you like it or not. For that cause, there'll be an effect. Good karma comes to you. Little things, big things come to you. But if your consciousness is blocking it because of the thought forms that we got rid of earlier, those thought forms like, well, it's okay, I just help people. I don't want anything back. I'm just here to help people. Even though someone wants to pay for your way, somebody wants to treat you out, or just in the universe wants to reward you for your good heart. No. Then you suffer. Some of you go, I never thought of that. Exactly. You cannot keep exhaling. You have at some point have to inhale. Now, some of you on the other side is, I'm entitled to this, I have a difficult life, so life owes me, blah, 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 blah. So you just take. You don't share, give and share because I'm entitled to it. Now, some of you might think, well, there's no such people. I actually know a few people. I know one particular person. He won't give a dime to a beggar because, hey, why should I? You're poor, it's your problem. I'm here for me. And this guy's like a bad luck magnet. Things that normally don't go wrong with other people go wrong with him. I wonder. It's just me, I. So there's no planting of good karma. Not to mention, okay, listen to this. This is another reason you have to give. If you don't give, there's no more space to receive. It's just like, you cannot keep inhaling, you have to exhale. If you look at people who are truly happy, not just with money, with everything else, they give and share. When they're blessed, somebody gives or pays them or whatever, thank you. They give some more. They get more blessed. Thank you. They give some more. So the more they give, the more they receive. As they receive a lot more, they give some more. So this process accelerates. So they're happy. Get the idea? Now, the biggest part, listen carefully, biggest part, and I think I'd say about 90 some percent of you belong to the category of, yeah, I just want to give, I don't expect anything back. That is usually due to all those old programming that we have in our aura and our chakras. That's why when you practice this over and you disintegrate those, you start to notice, hey, people are loving to me. How come I just got this raise? How come all these things suddenly happen? Must be all this great energy. They've always been there, the good karma you planted. It's piling up on your door, waiting to come in, but your stupid consciousness from the past, no, I don't want it. And you suffer. Is that direct enough for you? That's why the reports we have for people doing prosperity Zen, it's like, yeah, after they listen, they go, wow, opportunities are coming. The opportunities have always been there, banging on your door. But your consciousness, your old programming, has been stopping it. Clear? Learn to give, learn to receive, and say, Lord God, thank you. How can I use this to help my life better, my family's life better, and how can I give more? Boom. Give more comes in. Give more comes in. That's why in part of that Prosperity Zen, we actually have a meditation called Mountain of Money Meditation. Anyway, it's part of it where you give, as you give one bucket of, you give a few dollars or euro, whatever your money is, suddenly, whoop, something falls on your floor. Oh, it's a bucket of money. Then you give that bucket of money away, whoop, you get a truckload of money. And before you know it, the more you give, you have more money coming in, like a trapdoor gets getting bigger and bigger. At some point, you're standing on a mountain of it, and you can't give it out the way fast enough. Every time you give, more pours in. It changes your consciousness. It's called Mountain of Money Meditation. Anyway, it's part of the Prosperity Zen if you want it. But the whole idea here is, just to summarize, even if you don't do any of those, just do this thing we did here. I'll leave it online. First, listen to the lecture. That's very, very important because that lecture makes you really understand that, yeah, these old thought forms could affect me. Clear? Because with that understanding, listen carefully, it's very, very important because it gives you certainty when you do the practice. That's why we always start with lecture, practice, lecture, practice. So the lecture allows you to understand it cognitively. Oh, that's why. So when you're practicing it, you do it with certainty. And with certainty, you have massive flow of energy. Okay? And I'm not charging you anything for this. You can do this. I'm not asking you for anything. If you want to give, go donate. Great. If not, I'll do it anyway. We just want you to be happy, be prosperous, and hopefully make other people more hopefully, prosperous and happy. That's it. All right. So I hope, I know it's a long session. I hope you got something out of it. Again, we're saving this on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and every other medium we have it, that we can go back and practice and bring other people to practice. No charge. Just press play and practice it. Okay? And a quick reminder, the full moon is on Sunday. I mistakenly said it this morning. It's tomorrow. It's actually Sunday. And it's on Sunday at 3 p.m. California time. Okay? And the teaching of the Buddha is you can only lose what you cling to. That's deep, man. We'll go to it in detail. That will give you a better understanding that, yes, you want to be prosperous, you want to be happy, you want all these things. You connect to it, you're able to also disconnect when needed. You want that beautiful home, that nice car, great, you enjoy it. But for whatever reason, it doesn't serve you more or it's causing some issues in your life, you can easily disconnect. That's called self-mastery. That's how you balance your spiritual path and your material life. That's how you have heaven and earth. You can have all the great things you want, and then, for whatever reason, if it's time to go, time to leave your body, says, fine. You go into the higher worlds. Or while you're in the body, since you're not attached to it, oh, you're very prosperous, but you notice, hey, this person needs this more than I do. Okay, you give it to them. Yeah, but you work so hard for it. I know, but this person needs it. Anyway, it's just money here. Then you have self-control. That's the difference. You control money, not money control you. So going back to that verse, you cannot serve two masters. You cannot serve God and money. Our solution to that is very simple. You serve God and make money your servant. That's that. Fix. Simple. So you control money, not the other way around. So seek ye first the kingdom of heaven, and all this shall be added to you. There are many interpretations that basically is seek ye first the kingdom of God. That means you're spiritually connected. And as you're prosperous, you can control how you use your resources. So it does not corrupt you. The problem with a lot of the thought forms that you had earlier, me too, about, there are bad people who are rich, they use it in a bad way, blah, 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 so on and so on, is because these people you're talking about, at that time when they misused their resources, there was less spiritual control. Their lower nature, their greed took over. The spiritual connection became less. That's why they gave in. If the spiritual cord was big, that energy came, they would have resisted in doing bad things. So that's why you need two aspects, the spiritual aspect and the material aspect. That's the difference. And finally, write this down. I've said it so many times. This is one thing that inspires me, what my teacher said many years ago. He said, money in the hands of good people change the world. Money in the hands of good people change the world. Being poor, starving, can't even pay your bills, you won't be able to transform too many lives. But if you have the good heart, you have a strong spiritual connection, if you have abundant resources, you can transform millions of lives. Namaste, everyone. Have a wonderful weekend. We will see you on Sunday for full moon meditation. And I think that's it. Oh, the ones who are in Prosperity Zen, next Thursday, we're having a live Q&A. The ones who signed up for Prosperity Zen, just want to reminded of that. Okay, namaste, everyone. You all take care. We will see you Sunday. God bless.